Yes, we are family, everybody. Hello, welcome to the Doctor's Corner. You guys, it's been a long time, so sorry that I took a little break off. Let me explain to you who I am. My name is Dr. John Oda. I have 35 years in the mental health field. 23 of them was with parents and teenagers. That's my favorite population that I have working with. I have written a book called Connecting with Your Teen, based on teen and parents and teen strategies. The book I think is phenomenal. I have to do upgrade of the book soon. Um, of course, before I start, guys, it's going to be a short session. This has been a session that I've been coming up in the gym a lot. I live in Irvine, California, and I go to the gym and I hear this conversation all the time. I decided to do a program based on this, right? And I think if I have to call the program title would be "Should I Be Friends with My Child?" And I think that's really going to be the topic today, right? So, as I said again, I spent 23 years working in the mental health field, and I worked in so many different areas. I worked in state of Indiana, state of Chicago, the state of Illinois, state of Oregon, state of Washington, and also state of California. So I worked 5 different states by choice. Nope, I'm not an Army brat at all. I didn't have much discipline back then, and I don't think that'd be a good fit for me. But the people who did, thank you for serving my country. I had 3 brothers that served, and 2 in the Marine Corps, 1 in the Army. So thank you for serving our country, if that's you. But what I'm going to focus on today is, should I be friends with my child? So the first thing I have to say is no. The outcome for parenting is to be friendly with your child, not friends, right? And let me explain to you the reason why I say this. If you're friends with your child and they do something wrong, you're not going to give them a consequence. Or I had parents in my career, the woman wanted to be friends with her child, and she would tell her all her secrets, her boyfriends, her sex life, everything, because they were friends. When you become friends, there's no boundaries. Another case when I was in the state of Oregon, and that this woman was, wanting to be cool. And this girl liked this little boy at school. She was 16, 17 years old. Boy was a little jock and stuff, right? And the mother wanted to be friends with the kid, so had him come on by, drinking, doing smoking weed. Now, back in the day, weed was illegal. In California, it's legal, but back in the day, it's not, right? So what took place? She got drunk and everything else. To make a long story short, when she woke up, the mother and the boy was in the bed together. And that just ruined everything because she wanted to be her friends. And my theory with that is to be friendly. When you're friendly, you're going to have your boundaries being set. If they do anything wrong, you're going to give them a consequence, right? A friend won't do that. But being friendly, you give them consequences and you have boundaries. Being friends, if everything you do has a consequence, good or bad. And if they do something bad, you got to still give them a consequence, because that's what will make them become a grown person. I've seen so many people preach about, I should be my kid friend, I should talk to them. There's a big difference, man. You can be friendly with your kids, which is fine, but not their friends. When you be your friends, you cross the boundaries. Now, I want you guys to imagine a clock, right? Where the 1, 3, and 6. Now, if the parents are not leading most times when the kids come to me, the parents are not the leader. So if you walk in the house and the child is like the leader, throwing the freaking temper tantrum, don't really care about what's going on, the whole 9 yards, that means that the parents have no control. So number 1 should be the leader, and it should be the parents. But in most cases, I see it's the kid, it's the leader of the house. And number 3, that is the friend. Now the parent become the friend, and at the number 6/joker. Now, could you get control of your house? Absolutely. It's called tough love. But remember, what most people forget, tough love, you gotta still love your child. Yeah, you can still be tough to them, but you gotta still actually love your child. What I see a lot is parents want to be tough to them, but they forget to love them. They're gonna still make mistakes. That's part of being a child. But what are you doing as a parent to make sure that this is that you are being friendly with them and giving them the right tools? I give you a great example. I might have mentioned this on some of my podcasts. I come from a family of 10. I'm 8 of 10. My mother and father, I called them wisdom and knowledge. Before dad died, he was married for 67 years. Mom died about 5 years ago. Man, God rest her soul. I miss him so much. So when I wrote my book, my mom read it, and my mother said, "Son, I wish I had your book. If I had your book, I would be a better parent." I'm like, my God, I'm thinking she was a great parent already. She said, "Where'd you learn this stuff?" I said, "Of course, I learned it from you guys, but of course, being in the field for so long, you start learning things, right? But for my mom and dad, these guys, what I call was wisdom and knowledge. They understood it. We couldn't split them up. If so, back in the day, man, I got my butt beat, and I probably deserved every last one of them, the 10,000s of that they missed, right? But that's just how we grew up. We grew up, I was not their friends. I knew this. Mom and dad was friendly to me. When they had a conversation with old folks, I had to leave the room. Today, it's not like that. The parents speak in front of the kids, act like that they're friends. There's boundaries that the parents need to still keep. And the sad thing about it is how we were raised as a child. I don't see that same standards and that same structure with these kids today. I see older people even right now, then I'd get up and have them sit down. That doesn't take place in this day and age. Why? Because the family structure changed. They wanted to become friends with their kids. The outcome is not to be friends. The outcome is to be friendly. My parents was friendly to me, and that was enough. That was fine. I was great with that. When I was old enough, I'd go to a nightclub and I'd see dad. My dad would just leave because my dad said that we're not friends. I'm your father, which at the time it didn't make sense. Today it makes sense. So the concept that I've been hearing, I saw a good friend of mine say, "Man, we should be friends to our child." I said, "No way." Why? If you can't get friends, and the only friends that you can get is your child, you live a sad life. The outcome is to be friendly to your child. Teach him or her how to be a young woman or else how to be a man. Your job is not to be their friends at all. No shape, form, or action at all. So, as I said, I get this a lot. And I also believe you're going to do some tough love with them. I think every parent should have a level system. So when you're in a mental health hospital, or back in the day when I was working in the hospitals, we had level systems, right? When I start working on my outpatient side of it, I would create a level system for the parents for their child. This is like a behavior modification based on their behavior. They get privileges. What I see today is not even remotely close. I see that parents don't check their cell phones or apps, what's going on. Parents does not know who they're speaking to. The parents have no clue what is taking place. Back when I was growing up, we didn't have social media. We did not even have it remotely close. When I was in my late 20s, late 20s, early 30s, 40s, we had a Facebook and MySpace, right? So it didn't happen as I was a kid. These kids are going through a whole lot of things right now because of social media and bullying and all that other crazy stuff that's taking place. But as a parent, your job is to be friendly to your children, not their friends. So here it goes. This week, since I've been gone for so long, my outcome is to do a program every day for about the same amount of times, 10 to 15 minutes. Tomorrow I would do more of. Do you guys remember a thing called Ann Landers back in the day? If you guys remember her, you're pretty much back in you're back in my era, right? So anyway, I'm gonna start doing like a Ann Landers type of thing. I'm gonna focus on questions and answers. I have a lot of them. And I get a lot of them from the gym. If you want to write on in, you sure can. It's Dr. John Oda at gmail.com or John at drjohnoda.net, right? You can get me at either one of those bad boys or drjohnoda at yahoo.com as well, right? Write me in some questions. I will answer all your questions. If you want to be on the show, we can do some hot seating with what's going on in your family. I can show you firsthand how to actually move forward and get a result. So anyway, I have had a blast. I'm back again because I believe the song that we sung up prior, "We Are Family." I am proud to be part of my family again. Guys, until next time, take care and always got love. Oh, by the way, if you guys want to reach me, it's drjohnoda.com. It's a huge website with all my services. Part of it do have my mental health side. If you're looking for a speaker at your next event or your next retreat, I would love to have to give a helping hand. Until next time, take care and always God bless. Bye for now.